Rightio, very excited to be putting a new toilet in the bus. We have been using one of those silly little camping porta potty toilets now for almost 2 years, and they are not designed for full-time living. I don't know why it's taken us so long to put a new toilet in, but it's finally getting around to it, so we're very excited. So we are putting a 12-volt electric marine toilet in. So today I am going to be installing the tanks. So I've already had the hard word from the wife. The first thing that one needs to do when installing tanks is change. If you can see here, my wife has brought a tie-dye kit, and so I now have a lot of tie-dye t-shirts, but I've been given the hard word that I'm not allowed to wear them while putting tanks in a bus. So first things first, I need to take care of that. Should I do this?
Yeah.
I'm doing this. So here I am with the tanks. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Rightio, so these are the tanks. I searched high and low throughout New Zealand, and I finally found these, which we got from a company called Kiwi Tanks. They were considerably cheaper than elsewhere that I looked. So if you're needing tanks for your motorhome, give Roy a call or go onto the website address, which is here. Kiwi Tanks, and they do very quick turnaround, quick delivery. Well, we found that anyway. Also, even if you're looking at building something off-grid, they've got a really huge range of tanks. They don't do just motorhome tanks, so I'd go and check them out. And when you order the tanks, they do the first 2 spin welds for free, which I will explain to you what they are right now. So this is the freshwater tank. The reason that we're putting a freshwater tank in is because with marine toilets sometimes you can get a bit of backflush. You do not want that going into your drinking water. This is the top of the fresh tank. So you can see I've had a what's called a 1-inch BSP put in, or spin weld put into the top of the tank. This is going to be where we fill the tank. Now we could go and buy a really expensive fill tube, hole, whatever you want to call it, but what we do is we go out to just a piping place, industrial piping place, and you can pick up all these bits and pieces for a lot cheaper than actually having to go and buy the proper parts, say from a motorhome shop or something. So, and then that just simply fits nicely into the weld. Now I haven't taped, normally I'd use plumbing tape. I haven't on this because it's only our fill hole. So that will be sitting, so when we want to fill our tank now, we can just take our cap off here and simply fill up. So that's easy. Also we've got one put in because at the bottom of the tank, this is where it will feed to the toilet. And then over on our black tank, we've put a 2-inch BSP spin weld in. That will be our release pipe that will go into the bus. We'll show you that when it's done. Obviously this is where the waste comes in, and then we have a breather hole on top of the tank which will go out up through the back of the bus. The reason we have to have a breather hole is when, well, number one, for breathing. Number 2, when you empty the tank, if you do not have a breather hole, because of the pressure of the water coming out, the tank will implode. We do not want that happening. It's the same with this tank. I'm going to be putting a little 1/2-inch hole in here, so when the toilet flushes and takes water out, we'll need a 1/2-inch hole in there, just so, again, so the tank doesn't implode. It's pretty, oh, so the water comes out. It's pretty much the same as when you buy water from the supermarket and you turn the tap on and nothing comes out until you punch a hole in the top. Rightio, I've jumped ahead a bit here. I have installed the tanks. I didn't bother showing you all that because every motorhome is different and you will have to find spaces to put your water tanks. We measured these spaces up prior to purchasing our tanks from Kiwi Tanks. So this is our freshwater tank in here. as you can see, we've put it in, it's underneath the bus. So we've got our filler cap, which I showed you at the start, and our breather, and we've just strapped that up with some steel strapping and put some tie downs on just to hold it in place. So as I said before, we need the breather for when that you're flushing your toilet, because it needs to suck air in order for the water to come out. So here we are, this was our hole at the bottom of the tank. So this is our flushing pipe. I've taken it, it just goes up through the floor. I don't know if you can see that well, but it literally goes up the floor, through the floor of the bus into the toilet, where the macerator pump draws the water up. Now, one thing you can do here if you wish to is put in a check valve or a non-return valve, and what that does is it keeps the toilet primed, the flusher primed the whole time, because after it's flushed the water won't run back into the tank. So that's optional. I will probably add one at some stage because we've got quite a steep climb up to the toilet. So that's from the freshwater tank. Hello Cindy.
Oh, hi.
So Cindy is waterproofing our new shower floor, but as you can see, this pipe coming up here, so where I showed you under the bus, this is where it comes up through the floor and basically feeds around to the toilet inlet on the macerator pump. So that inlet just clips in with a hose clip. On the other side we have the outlet. So when we flush, that's our outlet pipe that simply goes through. We come over here, we've taken that through the wall. As you can see, we've still got a bit of finishing to do, and that goes into our black water tank, and in the far corner there is our breather pipe heading out. So basically with the breather pipe, it just simply, I've taken it through out the back of the bus, and it just feeds up the back of the bus at the moment, and we'll probably put some kind of vent at the top of it just to stop anything coming in or out, and all that should go up there is air. Obviously we need that for when the tank is emptied, so it doesn't implode on us. One thing with putting this in, you'll see I've got a block of wood here. This is the outlet pipe, the inlet pipe to the black tank, so it's our flushing pipe. We've raised, what you need to do, however high this pipe is, determines the level of water in your bowl. There's none in here at the moment because we haven't flushed it for a long time because we've been refitting stuff. So basically it will determine the level of the water. Whatever this pipe is, the height of that pipe will be how high your water will sit in your bowl. So that's quite important to remember. And then obviously underneath this tank is our outlet valve. Right, so underneath the bus we've got our release valve. This is where we empty our black water, so we just simply open the valve. I'm not going to do it now because there is water in there from when I was testing the toilet, but basically we've got a 3 metre 32mm hose with a coupling that just clips on here, release the valve, and you can see it comes down. Because we've put our grey black water tank under the bed in the bus, it just simply comes down from the bottom of the tank and through the outlet valve. Here's our flushing switch. So basically I've just fed that through the wall, goes through to the other circuit on the other side, the wires on the other side, back through down here. You can see I've come out from the macerator pump. There's a positive and negative wire, positive and earth, that comes out, which we've wired here. So basically your positive comes in, goes up to the switch on the wall, and then feeds back down again into the macerator pump, and then your earth comes out and feeds back, and we've just got that earthed. So nice simple circuit to wire in. So that's basically how you install a 12 volt marine toilet. Let's see if the thing works, shall we? Come up to our little switch which flushes our toilet. And there we go. Look at that, a real flushing toilet. So just a couple of things. When you purchase your toilet, it comes with all the installation instructions anyway. It is very much a very straightforward installation. All I can say is I am absolutely over the moon that we no longer have a camping toilet. I think we're going to go and have a sacrificial burning of that one, or something to get rid of it. The other thing is, why did we choose an electric marine toilet? The main reason for us was for the size of our bus. We're only 8.5 meters, and so, you know, we looked at composting toilets, we looked at all sorts of different options. We needed to save on space, so we just got the standard electric 12-volt marine toilet. Fits perfectly in our bus, works a dream. Just want to say a big thank you to Kiwi Tanks for the tanks. It's just been magic being able to put a real toilet in the bus. So right, anyway, let's go get rid of that camping toilet. Wahaha!